Wub, 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 wub the dubs. Hey, everybody, welcome back to One Crit Blunders. Whoop, whoop. Here we are again for another monthly installment of the most chaotic space D&D I've ever seen in my life. I would honestly like to say that with Spelljammer coming out soon, we did it first. Anyway, moving on, let's introduce our players here. We were cool before it was cool. First up, we have David.
Hey everybody, I'm David. I play Xeric Stormshield, resident hero, local legend, arbiter of all things good, patron saint of doing the right thing. No one's gonna correct me. I'm just gonna keep going until someone stops. Yep, we're here to have fun. Hey, if you don't know, is this the part where we add the things about the personal stuff?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Well, if you don't know, I also run with Ray another podcast called Shattered Dungeons. You should go listen to it. It's chaotic. Dungeon interns in a corporately ran dungeon are currently trying to save the dungeon because it's accidentally floating into space. So there we go.
Mm-hmm. And we're all monsters.
Oh, yeah. Anywho, that's me.
Wonderful. Well, thank you, David, for being here. Next on our amazing roster, we have Mercedes.
Hello, everyone. Mercedes here. How's it going? You could call me Rainbow with Rainbow Mike Gaming. Insert promotion, I guess. I just got on TikTok, so if you have TikTok, follow me on Rainbow Mike Gaming. That's so random, but I will be in Savannah, Georgia, July 30th and 31st for Savannah Mega Comic Con. So if you're in the area at the Savannah Convention Center in the U.S., please come and visit my table. Would love to see you guys. We'll have fun. I will also have some stickers there, really fun stickers coming out. Can't wait to show those. Yay. And but yeah, I am the character of Gwendolyn. She is a fighter. I know. I feel the judgment. She is a awesome fighter. I will tell you guys about that joke later because I got some mods that are like, you really play the fighter class? Of course, because one of them's a DM. So yeah, so I am an awesome fighter, and Gwendolyn, she's going through a really weird transition right now because she's been pretty much without a family her whole life, and all of a sudden she has now encountered her father, who is a drunkard racist. And it's been very interesting for her. She is trying to figure that out and overcome it. And we're going to see what happens because a lot of bad things happened to him. He got burned. A lot of people got burned with literal fire. And so we're going to go from there and see what happens.
Yeah, that about sums it up. Thanks.
Nailed it.
Got him. And last but absolutely not least, we have Christina.
Hey, everyone. Christina here. I am Doria Trill. I am a halfling bard healer type thing. Doria is also going through a bit of a transition. She just wants to have a nice place to call home and some elven goth music and maybe something to love of her very own. And everything is just kind of gone out the windows, and we keep blowing things up. Like last month we blew up a storage unit, which was fun, and hence the birds.
Gwendolyn can actually agree with that one.
Mm-hmm. It was the Elmo meme.
Mm-hmm.
Right in the background. But yeah, so she's just decided to kind of roll with whatever comes her way, because this is all beyond what she ever expected in life, and she's just kind of going with it.
That's fair. Well, thank you to all of you for being here and playing tonight. So let's kind of jump right into it. Mercedes already did a wonderful recap, so we're just going to pick right up where we left off. The three of you are standing aboard the newly purchased used starship of Zurich's. You have just loaded up that big old power suit of armor. Gwendolyn's dad is tucked away peacefully, trying to sleep off his burns.
We have a nuke. Just
you
saying.
you have a nuke on the ship.
It's my best friend.
Don't
It's
even
got a
think
smiley
about
face.
Well-
Dang.
Named it after you, Gwendolyn. It's named Gwendolyn's Wrath.
Yeah, I'm about to give you some wrath.
I mean,
So,
that
what are
sounds
we going to
pretty
do
cool.
next? Well, cool or not, this thing is dangerous, and hopefully it's not going to be used on any more innocents.
Can we take Gwendolyn's
Same
wrath on
could
the
be
side
said
of it, like,
for
you know,
all
of
of you.
honor?
Let's maybe turn on some music and we can talk about some things over while we have some cool vibes going.
So it's in this moment that you head towards the cockpit and take a look around, or crew station, however you want to word it. Looking around, you can see that it's a very basic, like, live, laugh, love is written on the, like, it's that basic. It's literally like the entry level SUV. The chair is more of a it's like something somebody would build in Roblox. It's just very square and blocky.
Or are we
And
picking up tickets from Galactic Soccer or something like that? I just want to know so I can prepare and cook.
exactly. Right there at the end of the arm pads of the chair are two orbs, like half orbs, that resemble the first ship that you were on, where you touch it to fly it, kind of thing. But like I said, everything else is just very basic. You don't even have one of those cool a new you machines, the molecular reconstructive devices. Those were like special aftermarket parts. So you literally have a barely space-worthy ship.
Well, at least we can all be thankful that we don't have an android to drive it this time.
Well, the one that's supposed to drive it is laying down right now with burns. So,
It's bold of you to think he was going to drive our
I
ship.
mean, yeah.
I think I would
don't
let
think
him
I'd
drive
trust
it drunk. At least he could guide us, direct us, if, you know.
That's
I don't know how to
probably a
fuck
better
once in a
use
while.
of his intellect.
I would rather agree with you for once on that. I'm rather disappointed with how he is, but despite that, we should wait for him to be in a rather better state. And until then, maybe we should gather some things, get prepared. Where exactly are we going?
I guess we need to decide that.
I don't know.
Well, let's see. We're out in space. What about Omega? Did she give you anything, Gwendolyn? Any tasks to complete?
She just gave me this sword, and she's just like starts swinging around. And she says that this sword can slay these creatures, but I don't know exactly where we can find them.
If I remember right, there were those. What were they called? Kira was.
Oh, those things.
What were they?
They
Your
were
father said their name.
they were like an iguana.
Oh, and
Yes.
he was making fun of her and saying that she was one of them, and he wanted to slaughter her because of it.
Was
I
it
forgot.
Vesk?
Yeah.
Is that right?
The Vesk.
Yes.
Oh, that's what it was. Yes,
It
yes.
was a mask.
Well, if I remember right, the person that sent us on this journey from us stealing his ship and flying off without his approval said that there was a great war in the stars that I believe the Vesk initiated. And it sounds like some of the things that we talked about just recently through our new business partner and other such beings, that I think there's a precarious peace. So I think it might be worthwhile to explore what making that peace unpeaceful might look like.
Well, I mean, I think the only people who really know anything, I don't know anything. This is all, yeah, I never expected to be here. But that race, they were talking about that starship race, and frankly, I was going to pay a lot of money if you won. But they probably are the best people to go to. Just throwing that out there, because yeah,
That's a good point.
That's right.
I highly doubt that we're going to actually win a race in this bucket.
But that'll give us enough time, quoting the emote, that'll give us enough time, I don't know why my hands are up here, to allow my father to heal so that he can guide us. And maybe we can just entertain ourselves for a minute. We've been stressing all this time, and me, who's like the most serious character in this whole thing, for once, just really needs a break. I need a break. So let's do the race.
let's do the race.
Let's do
What
the
do you say?
race.
We're doing
Well,
the race. We have to name the ship. I mean, if we're going to race, even I know that. If we're going to race, the ship needs a name.
We can name it.
Doria, who was your master back at the inn?
Oh my gosh.
I mean, the one that you stuffed in a trash can.
Yeah, the one we stuffed in a trash can and set on fire. It was a dumpster. We set him on fire. It was like a Viking funeral. It was beautiful.
Clearly, he made an impact in your life, considering you know his name so readily.
Cedric. It was
Is that-
Cedric.
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 Yeah,
Cedric's Hope.
I like that.
It's rather positive of you. That's a good little notation for him.
Hmm.
I can agree with
Crazy that we have a nuclear device on board Cedric's Hope, huh?
Kind of fits.
that. Cedric's Hope.
Cedric's Hope.
It's very
Awesome.
good.
So now that you have named the ship, who's flying it?
I just need to know where the kitchen is.
All right, who has the higher intellect? Because it's not me.
Truth be told, I don't think piloting relies on intellect. All the pilots and captains I've seen have quite the dexterity.
Oh no. Oh no.
Oh no.
What?
Mine's not too bad, but I don't know. I don't feel like that's a good idea. Then again, if it's my father, maybe he'll be the more willing to direct me than anyone else.
True.
This sounds like a very bad idea.
But directly
Gloria.
where? That's the question. Is it going to be good? Are we talking good dad or bad dad? Because,
We're talking about burned dad at this point.
crispy dad. We are talking about
Crispy.
crispy. I don't think he's in shape to, guide anyone, frankly.
Well, that's why we're going to spend some time outside of the ship
That's
to
true.
look into
We're going to
into.
walk into space.
Oh no! Have we already
It's a foot
departed?
race. It's a foot race in space.
It's a foot race?
Oh,
Oh, heck
then-
yeah, I'm signing up.
oh, we're in trouble. Oh, do we not have any? Do we not have any friends here, Doria? Like any spider friends?
Ooh, I
we have
didn't
any-
check.
Do we have any spider friends? Spider friends?
Spider friends.
I'm not going to lie to you. I believe we destroyed all of them. The only friend I think we have left is your small eel in the jar.
I believe that was given to Kira.
It was given to Kira. Kira has it.
Dang it, and Kira went into the book.
She went onto a little she went on a little vacation.
Did you just call it a bookwarium?
It's a bookwarium. It's a
A
word now.
bookwarium. It is. It's a future word for library.
It is. It's got those bubble
Um.
windows on the outside so you can see everything, going by. Oh, whoosh. Other starships, asteroids, dodge that one. Yeah, that's a bookwarium.
Bookwarium. So, first off, I just want to say, Zombified, thank you so much for the sub. That's amazing. We love it. So, the three of you bantering back and forth, kind of thinking on it, you did happen to see a few nightclubs along the way, like coming down here. if you wanted to try and hire a skilled worker who would be able to fly the ship for now, that is an option. Or you could just go find somebody in general.
How are we looking on finances?
I think that you have a great idea.
We're doing okay.
We should all enroll in night school.
I'm gonna go see the mouse guy about the Twonkies.
You do that. I'm going to go figure out how to fly this ship.
You do that.
I'm gonna go find a school somewhere to learn how to
And
fly.
I head out. I go, go over to the market and try and find Mouse Dude.
Wait, Gwendolyn, on a scale of 1 to 20, how would you rate your reflexes?
30.
Well played.
Is that... I'm going to roll an insight check to see if I believe you.
In all seriousness, I'm straight up doing that.
Do
I'm
it.
waiting. Let's
Oh, wait.
go.
Insight's a skill, right? It's wisdom based. It's a wisdom
Yeah.
skill.
It is.
Okay, cool.
Oh my gosh.
22.
I was like, please, nat one.
I know, right?
So, I mean, you believe that she can't count, possibly.
You're bad at math.
But I'm good at everything else.
In
Makes
that
up
case,
for it.
do you also want to learn how to fly the ship, or are you going to go do Gwendolyn things?
And what does that entail? What exactly does Gwendolyn things entail?
I
Saving
point-
the universe from
point-
you? Yeah,
I point
that could
back
be a
to
thing.
your crispy father.
Oh, why did you? No, you had to go there. No, I'll go with
You
you.
set me up for that one.
Gwendolyn has a thought in her mind. I'll go with him to make sure he doesn't start anything. Because we have a nuclear weapon that he was so adamant to put on the ship. Yes, I'll go with you.
Excellent, then.
Let's go learn.
So, Gwendolyn and Zurich are going to night school, and Doria heads to find, what we call him? It was a cute name. Was it
Meeskers.
Squeakers?
Wait, Meeskers.
Meeskers, that's it. So you
The
get
only characters
all
so far
the
to
way
be able to
back.
live at eye level.
You're right. You get all the way back to Meesker's little section of the bazaar, and you see an empty unit. All of his things are gone.
Thank goodness he paid me up front for those Twonkies.
That's fair. Like a bunch of people are kind of watching you as you walk up. They're like, oh, we have goods for sale if you are looking for something in particular.
Well, I do have goods for sale as well, and I can guarantee that none of you have it, especially because Meeskers is gone now. How many of
Meeskers
you-
was the only one interested in that kind of garbage.
Really? I reached into my bag. How many of you have tasted this moist little yellow cake? Filled with creamy delight. It just melts in your mouth. And
That
it's,
looks horrendous.
you haven't tried it yet. Here, let me open it up and you can get that vanilla scent going here. Just open the bag.
No, I'm quite good. I only eat
Right.
vegetables.
Try it. Try it. I guarantee you it's all vegetable matter.
No, no.
I'm a
I can't be
doctor.
sure. Read to me the ingredients, and then we will talk.
There's no list. I make them.
Roll persuasion.
Let's go.
Let's go.
All right.
Do it.
Here we go.
I hope you win.
Oh no. Well, he rolled a nat one, so reluctantly takes the Twonky from you. Smells of it. Well, I mean, it's not meat.
I did it anyway.
It's okay. It leaves a weird film in my mouth.
Sit for a second. Okay, I'm pulling out. I'm pulling out my little friend here. I'm gonna pull out Leonard for those smooth vibes,
Let's go.
and I kind of got the bass triangle going for this.
The bass triangle.
Yeah,
Like-
Leonard's a bass triangle. Got those mellow tones.
like you tap it and it plays dubstep. Like
Nat 20. Is that a performance?
Yes.
wow.
Oh,
Isn't that the most
snap.
delicious thing you have ever tasted in your
That's
life?
beautiful. It's beautiful.
So it's at this point playing the crazy bass triangle. With the Nat 20, you managed to gather the attention of pretty much everyone in a one city block area. And they are all just completely enamored by your playing, and they're like throwing credit chips at you. Like just landing on the ground all around you. These little plastic chips. Yep, making it rain.
little 3 foot tall me.
That's amazing.
So while you're doing that, we're gonna cut over to night school, where Zurich and Gwendolyn arrive. There is a large building on the outside that says Fosco, and it's got the picture of a book and like a pen and paper.
Oh no. What have I gotten myself into?
Night school. That's what you're about to get yourself into. That is a book. So this obviously is the right place.
I know what books look like, but
That makes two of us then.
all right.
Where's Kira when you need her?
heading inside, you see that it is just this massive empty building with marble floors and like kiosks on the outer walls. Standing directly in front of you is this behemoth of a human, almost 7 feet tall, heavier set, just like standing there wearing a white jumpsuit. Like you ever seen what people wear in the like static free rooms? Like
Yeah.
he's basically wearing that. And as you walk in, he goes, "Welcome to Fosco. I love you."
These are the worst greetings I've ever heard in my life. What's your name, large man?
Frito.
An excellent name. So, tell me, Cornstarch, how does one get started in here?
I don't know what you mean.
Well, we want to learn how to fly a spaceship. Where do we learn that?
Go to the kiosk, take a number.
You sold me on it. Okay.
And I go over to the nearest kiosk and start
Gwendolyn
reading
follows
what's on the
suit.
screen.
I'm assuming
Thank
there's like
you.
multiple.
Yes,
So
yes.
Gwendolyn
There's lots
goes
of
to
them.
another one.
Thank you for learning at Fosco. I love you.
All right then.
There's something unnerving about these greetings these people have.
I mean, it's better than I hate you.
I would prefer that, honestly.
Jeez.
At least
The
you
two
would
of you
know.
get over to the kiosks and look at the screen, and it says, please plug in Jack to begin learning.
It says we need to plug in Jack. Where do you know
Who
where
is
Jack's?
Jack?
Yeah, who is Jack? Frito?
Oh, I thought he...
My name's Frito.
Frito?
That's
Who's
me.
Jack? Who's Jack?
Jack. The Jack. You plug that into your data port.
I don't think I have one of those.
How do we get one of those?
You gotta get one installed.
I don't like
Where?
that. Wait,
Where?
I might have one.
What?
Does anything pop out?
No! What are you
No.
doing?
No, my body got remade. Maybe they put one in me.
No, I don't think that's how that works.
Oh,
Unfortunately, it is not how that works.
So where do we go to get this installment? Mint?
A new you.
no.
Oh, your friends are there at the front desk. I know that they would love you. Thank
I
you
just
for the
I want to
subsidy.
sidebar here real quick and say that of all the DM things that I've ever done in my life, I enjoy how Absalom Station just like ruins Zurich.
It's
worth
all
it to go
so
back.
bubbly and positive. I can't handle it.
We're all enjoying how Absalom Station has ruined Zurich.
This is payback for all the lives he took on
This guy.
wherever that Commodore.
Yeah, this
You are
is
paying for
vengeance.
your sins.
My
Uh,
and my elven
Uh,
boyfriend.
I think this is a great opportunity for you to make up for whatever it is that happened last time. I think that they would probably enjoy your presence. Let's go and get this installment.
Fine.
I forgot the word halfway through. All right, so the two of you head outside, getting ready to head towards a new you, and Doria comes waddling up, for lack of a better term, because halflings, and she's got both arms like cradled in front of her with a pile of credit chips. They're like one or two keep falling on the ground. You can see like a very sparse trail
Oh,
from where she's coming from.
I'm trying to hold all these. I gotta get a hand here. Oh, jeez, they just keep falling. It's like rain. There so many credit chips, guys. Look what I got.
we
Who
can
did
use
you
that for
steal
the
that
installment.
There's two types of people in this world, and there they are, right there.
I understood none of that, but somebody needs money, and here we go.
Yes, we need money. Zurich, would you like to do the honors for the installment? How did you get this?
Oh, well, it was kind of Leonard's doing.
You
Meesker was
killed someone
gone?
with Leonard?
Yeah, Leonard.
You killed someone with Leonard and took
No,
all
I
of
didn't
their
kill
money?
any- Meeskers was gone. I had to
You
sell
killed
flunkies for some
Meeskers
money.
and took his money with
I
Leonard?
did not kill Meeskers.
Wait, Miskos is gone.
Yeah.
What does that mean
His stall was gone.
for your financial business?
Oh, he paid me up front.
Yeah, good thing he paid you up front.
Oh,
Oh.
yeah, you did.
Oh, thank goodness. Now let's go see how much it's going to cost. Oh, by the way, if you need help, Gwendolyn holds out her bag. You don't have to carry all that.
I have to pour some of this in there because I'm just losing. Look at this trail.
I will be the gentleman in the crew. Looks at Zurich. I will help you because
I
that's the
think she
proper
needs
thing to
build
do.
muscle. She's trying to get stronger, and that's how
She's
you do
3 foot tall. How dare you? You see all this
How
money
is
she's
that
carrying?
offensive?
Somebody's
only
gonna come
wrap
up
my arms
and
around
grab
all my
her and
credits.
steal her with all that money. So let's help her.
And I'll
Here you go.
kill them.
Of course you would.
I would defend her. I'm not going
So
to
you wouldn't even
prevent
give
her
them a
from getting
trial. You would
stronger.
just slaughter them right there.
You take our money,
Mm.
then
I take-
you deal with the consequences.
Also
Eye
sounds
for
like
an
a
eye.
Zurich
Mm.
Well, I actually have experienced eye for an eye, so ha.
Not anymore.
Body for a body.
thing.
Aren't you happy you have your body back?
I am.
A new
actually.
body? Body
a-
that you're...
It's like an updated version of the OG thing. Wish I had one of those ports we were talking about a moment ago.
All right,
Anywho, let's go get one.
Let's do it.
Okay.
We saunter
the-
in very
the three
happy.
of you arrive
Gwendolyn is ready
so
for this
happily
one.
into again a largely empty lobby with marble floors. There's a long desk sitting across the room that the three of you walk up to. There is a receptionist sitting there. She has like neon blue hair, and she's using this little rectangular device and putting it on each finger. And as she does, it changes the color of her fingernails instantly. And she just kind of like doesn't even really notice you. And she just goes, "Welcome to a new you. What can I do for you?"
Oh, I love what you're doing to your nails.
Ooh, me too.
It's
We
so
need
pretty.
a port.
I'm
Yeah, how do we get a
required to do it.
What?
Company policy. Gotta change my nails every 5 minutes.
Oh, okay.
Oh no, I'd go crazy.
You are asked
Yeah.
specifically to be
Whatever
annoying.
gives your life purpose. Yeah, I don't judge.
I don't know. Were you asked specifically to be a butthole?
Hmm.
It's normal,
Technically,
Dorian.
yes.
Just ignore it. Just ignore.
Now, what can I do for you?
We need a port. One
Something
of
about
the-
inserting into a jack.
well,
What did I just walk
Or
into?
jack into
we don't
pole.
want to have to pay extra for that, but if it comes with the procedure, then great.
procedure. Shouldn't it?
Well,
I feel like you're in the wrong place for what you're looking to do.
we
This kind of thing that you're describing, that you get that at Buck Stars.
We just came from the Knights Academy.
That was a deep cut,
Gwendolyn
right?
doesn't know. Gwendolyn doesn't know what's happening right now. So we just came from the Knights Academy. Zurich, are you all right?
Ray just off-branded idiocracy for use in an innuendo that was inappropriate.
Is this what you people have been up to when you were away from me?
No!
No,
It's not
Putting things in Jack and Jack doing.
See, I
something
thought Jack was a
someone else?
person, but Jack is a what was
Who is
it?
Jack?
Jack is not a person; it's a thing.
Baked Corn
that's even
Chip
worse.
told us that we needed a port so that we could hook up to a kiosk to learn things.
Oh, okay. You need a data jack. Well, geez, why didn't you just say so?
You couldn't
What?
infer that information from the word
Zurich?
Jack.
Zurich, be
That's
nice.
not in my job description. What model would you like? We have the standard, the high density, and the accelerated.
What's
What
the
are
difference?
the differences?
Yes.
It's been 5 minutes. Aren't you required to change your nail color?
It's only been 4 minutes and 32 seconds.
Ooh, do
Oh, do you have a timer? Interesting.
Yeah, it's installed in my brain.
Do you want me to
Depending
remove
on
it?
which model you want is how fast you will assimilate the information from the hyperweb.
So you're
Do
saying that
you-
we're going
What?
to put information into us
Yes.
to learn, and
Yes.
depending on the severity of it or how much money we spend, we can learn that much quicker.
Yes,
How much-
and the more money you spend on it, the better the upgrade. So there's less chance of permanent brain damage.
Ooh.
How much is the highest tier?
The highest tier is 8,500 credits each.
Oh my gosh, that's pocket change. I just pull out some credits and slap them on the counter.
It must be
3 of
nice.
those.
3 of those. Yeah. It holds
Must
up 2
be
fingers. 3 of those.
Zurich's suspicions are adamantly confirmed in this one moment.
What?
Nailed
I
it.
said 3 of those.
And you are absolutely holding up 3 digits.
What
Oh
are
my
digits?
goodness.
I just know 3 fingers.
So how much did Meeskers give you guys?
Infinity.
Meeskers gave us a lot.
Millions.
I know
Like
it wasn't
5 million?
Infinity. I think it was 5 million.
It
I
was
think
some
it was-
ridiculous
But-
amount.
Zurich had to buy the ship.
Which is like what, 300,000?
So
I do specifically remember the ship costing 250,000 credits.
Right. So you slap down 24,000, right? No, more than that.
24 billion.
25.5.
Mhm.
25,500 credits. She swipes your credit card there, and she goes, "All right, go ahead and enter into the back. There will be a worker back there who will get you all set up. Don't worry, the process is mostly painless."
I walk confidently back there, hoping to never see this person again in my life.
Thank you, Zombified. This many credits. I'm just gonna go do that.
Let's go. That's great.
All right, so Zurich storms on back.
All
See what I
right,
did there?
Doria, you ready?
Good pun.
I want to see her change her nails one more time.
She's,
That's going to take another 5 minutes. I'm going.
she's already back to it. Like, so the three of you get back there, and sure enough, there's another Isoki, one of the little mouse people, and they're like, "Come along, please step into the bays," and you can see they look like tanks almost, but they don't have liquid in them.
I'm not going
it's
to
like
change
a-
bodies, am I?
No, nothing like that. It looks like a sun tanning booth that stood up.
Mm.
Thank you, Meeskers. I was wondering where your shop went based on what Doria said, but clearly you got a new line of work, so thanks. And I walk on in.
Oh, okay. I'm not Meeskers, but closes the door and seals the shut. I hope you don't survive this. Ladies?
Does Gwendolyn hear this?
I
Sure.
said it loud enough for everyone to hear, if that helps.
Gwendolyn goes up. All right, my turn. Right? Is there
Yep.
more than one? Awesome.
Yep.
Let's do this.
Get into the tank. Blang. All three of you get locked in. I need all three of you to make a Constitution saving throw.
Oh no.
Send help now. Okay.
This is the part where chat uses their points to make you reroll.
We do have some
Gwendolyn should have a high thingamajig, right?
Wait.
+4, but I still didn't do good.
Oh no. What'd you get?
Yeah, 15.
15. Zurich?
21.
21. And Doria?
13.
13. All right. So the three of you feel just a very brief moment of pain. And I will let you pick where you would like your data port to be, your data jack port.
Gosh.
That way it's not like, in your forehead or like.
I kind of want it to be there because we have on the Star Wars show we got a droid with their scomp socket in their eye.
Yeah.
So they just like whoop.
Oh,
Pretty hilarious.
Most people get them like at the base of the skull,
So
like
the
Matrix style.
Yeah.
Yeah.
all right then. Right there then. That's good.
I'm getting mine right here for easy plug-in.
There you go.
That way no one can sneak up on me.
And Zurich,
Describe to me how it looks on your body.
it looks like an Ethernet port.
But it's just the jack, or is it like the cable?
Nope, just the female end, the port.
Oh, okay. I am going to get mine attached to like under my armpit, like here on the flank of my torso.
Oh, that's classy.
Yeah, I'm sure
I get
that
information.
won't,
Here, smell my pit.
that won't cause trouble when you start sweating. All right.
I'm gonna sweat everywhere.
He's gonna short
So-
himself out.
These body things aren't sweat proof.
If we smell something cooking, it's
Technology isn't that advanced. So the three of you
flying
pass your
spaceships.
constitution.
It comes with a plastic covering. You just put it in it's a male plastic covering that inserts into the female, and then that's how you prevent the sweat.
Perfect.
Hey, I
get
told
one of
you,
those.
if you want that kind of stuff, you got to go to Buckstars, okay?
Listen here,
Um,
senor.
So the
love it.
three of you
Wait,
pass
wait,
your
wait, is
constitution
this
saves,
for-
and so
for
you're not
pleasure?
sick. You managed to not get sick from the amount of pain.
Okay,
Your
good.
booths open up, and you are free to go.
Gwendolyn touches the back of her head. Ooh, interesting. Oh, Sarah, do you see a hole back there? And she goes up to Derek. Do you see a hole back there? What's it look like?
It looks.
Is that where
Well, it
you
looks
got
like
yours?
This. And I hold up mine so you can see.
I love it. Doria's like, I got mine in the most
I can
practical
find
spot.
right here.
Oh,
Sweat smell.
very, very interesting. All right, let's go. Now, I'm assuming, Doria, if you got yours, then are you wanting to learn how to fly as well?
You know, I'm very
Learn how
curious
to
and
fly as well.
getting it. Yeah,
Woot, woot.
why not?
All
Might as
right,
well
so the
all
three of you
learn.
head back to Fosco.
Knights Acad. Yes.
Okay. Heading back inside, Frito is still standing there. He goes, "Welcome to Fosco. I love you."
You know what? I love you too. Let's do this. And she just
Don't
walks
tell him
over to a
that.
kiosk.
Ugh,
Why not?
I don't. I feel like it's disingenuous.
Oh. All right. I can see that. She walks backwards to a kiosk. Okay, how does this work? What do I do?
So you get over to the kiosk and you can see, judging from what you saw on Doria and Zurich, you can see like a connector that would fit into that spot. And as you pull it out of the kiosk, it's connected to, like a retractable cable.
Very nice. All right.
Yeah. And
There we
so
go.
plugging it in, Zurich and Doria, you see Gwendolyn's eyes kind of gloss over and she gets like the 1,000-yard stare. Gwendolyn, you are in like a glowing, just basically a massive cityscape of books and towers of like electrical charges and stuff. And you don't really have a form. Like you're just kind of like this thought. And floating up in front of you, it's like almost like words, but in your mind. And it says, please choose your avatar.
Ooh. How do I choose an avatar? What's an avatar?
So this little figure appears in front of you. It's about halfling height. He's got a bald head, glasses. He's got a clipboard. It's basically the computer guy from Wreck-It Ralph. And he's like, an avatar is a electronic version of yourself. It's how you perceive yourself within the hypernet.
Guardian of Light. Let's do it.
No,
No.
like, what do you look like?
Oh, so I just wait. Gwendolyn notices that there's no form. Oh no. So what do I look like? That is a great question. Let's see here. Suddenly decides
Let me flip
to change
to my notes here.
but suddenly wants to change her hair to like blue, but it's very simple stuff. So I got green eyes, okay, light brown hair. My weight is 170, height is 5'8". Young, hope I don't know if that matters. Ivory skin tone, that should be enough, and nice suit of armor.
All right. And so your avatar, as you're describing yourself, appears while you're going on, and it looks like you described, except slightly translucent. You can kind of sort of see through yourself.
Oh, what now?
Now you are free to interact with any of the knowledge nodes and learn any information that you require.
Can you point me in the direction of how to fly a ship?
Virtually any node can handle that.
Oh, then I shall go to a node. Node. That thing over there?
Yes, that tower over there.
Oh, all right. Gwendolyn goes to
Now-
the node.
While you are wandering over to the node, Zurich and Doria, what are you doing when you see all this happen?
I hook in.
Fair enough.
Same.
Click.
Like, oh,
Click.
I want a piece of this.
All right. And what do your
Doria first.
avatars look like?
You're up, Doria. You describe first.
I point over to Zurich. I go, I want to look exactly like him, but beefier.
So first, like, Zurich materializes, but like the translucent kind, and then there's like an inflating noise as he just like gets all beefed, like all jacked.
Oh my god.
I
my.
Got a 16-pack.
as I'm watching Doria turn into a swole Zurich, Zurich has but a fleeting momentary thought, a memory of a life gone by, and his avatar appears. It is a Wheeler from Return to Oz.
Oh,
If
yes.
we're talking deep cuts, Mr. Idiocracy over here, that's my deep cut.
Oh my goodness. All right. So
Best thing you've ever seen.
Gwendolyn, you are at the node about ready to touch it and figure out how to learn how to fly the ship. When you kind of catch out of the corner of your eye, Swall Zurich and Wheeler.
Again, for those of you tuning in right now, that image to be burned in your mind is that.
So bad. So bad.
Gwendolyn looks at the blown up Zurich. What? Is this how you see yourself, Zurich?
Wait,
All beefy
do I-
like.
do we talk in our normal voices?
You do.
Dang it.
You do.
Okay.
I'm actually this thing.
It raises a wheel.
Did somebody say that we're speaking our regular voices?
Zombie fight. You're welcome.
Yes, I hate it.
All right.
Gwendolyn, it appears you had some kind of electrical stroke.
Zurich? What?
I'm down
And
here.
who are you?
That's Doria up there.
Doria, you wanted to be like Zurich.
Oh, come on. I just wanted to try his skin for once.
Zurich?
She's got 7 more muscles than I do.
It's amazing.
They're
But it's
all
your
abs.
body. Oh.
They're all half.
And
Why
what
is
are
it
you
an odd
supposed to be?
number?
So you see yourself as like some creature. Well, then again.
Well, I was dreaming about the things I'd like to see happen in the universe, and this happened. Doria, on the other hand, I don't know what you were thinking about.
I just
I know
wanted
what
to
you
see
were
if the other
thinking
half
about.
lives.
This is all rather confusing. Anyway, let's do this node thing. Apparently, it's going to direct us on how to fly a ship. Gwendolyn turns around and gets ready to try and figure out the node.
All right. So it looks kind of like a one of those large, like 80s style servers for computers. But there's no like keys or screens or anything like that. It's just got like little bolts of electricity that come up at every now and again.
She touches
Do we
it.
have to walk closer to it?
All right. Touching the node, knowing exactly what you're wanting to learn, I need you to make an intelligence saving throw.
I cast guidance on Gwendolyn. You get a plus D4.
Oh, snap, crackle, pop. Oh my
cast-
gosh.
Snap,
Like,
crackle, pop.
I
Rice
cast Bardic
Krispies.
Inspiration, so you know.
Right.
Don't suck.
Between the two
So,
of us, I don't
so,
think you can
so how do I
possibly-
do this? I do a +2, and then I roll again, and we add that to the roll? Is that how that works? How do I roll? How do I do
What?
2? How, you said it was D4.
Yeah, roll a d4 and then you add that to the roll. And then Doria also gave you Bardic Inspiration.
Well, okay.
I guess I have to get closer to Gwendolyn to cast this because it's a touch spell, right?
Is it? I don't remember.
I'm going to do that anyway. So I move closer to Gwendolyn.
his wheels are all squeaking as he goes.
Does he have the one wobbly one that kind of like makes it all wonky?
He's got
Goes
the
the other
one
way
wobbly
around.
one that just kind of spins, and then the other one that like gets stuck every now and again.
So basically, Zurich turned into a shopping cart. This is what we're
Yeah.
saying. Okay.
A horrific shopping cart.
Oh my god.
So what'd you get, Gwendolyn?
11.
11. All right. So with your 11, you take 20 points of damage. Oh, Zombified is helping you out and said, reroll.
Thank you. Okay.
Thank you so much.
Okay. 3 plus. Don't be 8. Be higher. Please. Ah!
Drum roll, please.
13!
That is still better though, and you do not take the 20 points of damage, but your brain is instantly flooded with how to fly this spacecraft.
That was really fast. She looks at Zurich and Doria, just very shocked, just like, I know how to fly a ship. I know how to fly a ship.
You're okay.
Nice.
That was instant. Well, I guess I'm done here. She starts walking away. How do I get out of here?
So the little clipboard guy appears again, and he
Oh,
says,
hello.
hello, would you like to check out?
Check out. Check out what?
Are you ready to leave?
Yes, I am ready to leave.
Ah. That's what I thought. You looks like you downloaded the entire How to Fly Spaceships for Dummies catalog. That will be 14,000 credits, please.
Doria, you're gonna have to pay the man, or
Oh.
the thing, or the demon.
So it costs
Demon.
money
He's a demon.
to receive the knowledge.
Well, yes.
Doria,
Hey,
can I
I
do an
got this.
IOU?
I got this. Sister, please.
Wait, are you doing any specials as far as knowledge discounts if it's the same knowledge for a different person, same group?
How about buy 2 get 1 free?
No,
Ooh, how about
No.
buy 3 get all of them half off?
no.
Well, can you describe to me, please, lovely DM Ray, what does this being consist of?
Translucent energy.
Define for me, like, what he looks like, what his interaction is like. Like, is there a device he's using? Is it just him?
Like he's just a being of energy. There's no physical properties to him at all. He's a hologram.
That was so good. Sorry.
Zombie fighting was your favorite person. Thank you.
Can I do anything with the electricity that he maybe consists of or used to communicate to alter something in his code?
Unfortunately, no.
Can I threaten this being by burning everything down around him?
Before you
No.
threaten him and burn everything down around him, can I get some knowledge? Because I don't want.
Gwendolyn
that's
ignores
fair.
everything. Doria, can you please pay so I can... What was it? Check out?
Here, got it. Paid him.
Oh,
All
I'm
right.
ready to
So
leave now.
Doria pays, and
And I want to
Gwendolyn,
get
you
navigation as
check
long as
on
we're
out.
Here.
Gwendolyn pulls the thing out. Wow, that's incredible. Looks at the other two, notices that they look kind of glazed over. Is that what I look like?
Yeah,
I'm
just-
going to draw a mustache on Zurich.
She leans up against the kiosk and waits.
Okay. Doria, what are you trying to learn?
navigation. I don't think I can really reach the controls to, fly, but I can navigate.
Okay. All right. So touching the node, you learn how to navigate a spacecraft and, plot courses, all of that good stuff. Mr. Clipboard, he's like, so you have downloaded, so you want to navigate a spacecraft.
Yes.
That will be 5,000 credits, please.
Actually, as long as Mira, can I add one more thing to that? Can I
Absolutely.
please add as many available charts of space as I can get?
Sure. So for another 10,000 credits, you basically know the entire universe, like where the planets are, the different planes of existence, all that stuff. You have the space atlas in your brain.
Glorious. 15,000 credits left on the table.
All righty. And that leaves Zurich. What do you want to learn?
Leave him there. No, I'm just kidding. Don't pay for him. No, I'm just kidding. Whispers in Doria's ear as she's glazed up. Don't let him.
It's like Grima Wormtongue in the Lord of the Rings.
Yes, exactly
Yeah.
like that.
I am going to, in all seriousness, what more do we need? We got navigation. You can fly, Gwendolyn. What would be helpful? Engineering, like repairs and stuff.
That's pretty good.
Okay, I'm gonna basically learn how to repair any electronic or space-based thing. Period.
Okay.
And melee combat.
Kung Fu?
Yes, that's where I was going. I literally just wanted to make the pun.
Yeah.
I'm doing
Well-
it for the
well, you
lulz,
gotta-
guys.
Well, you got... All right, so for the engineering and learning melee combat, specifically punching and kicking,
you
you
have
get...
been converted to a monk.
Right. That would be 20,000 credits, which they just kind of deduct from Doria's credit card.
Wait, 'cause before you. Oh, dang it. Never mind. It's not worth it. Not worth it, guys. I was gonna try and beat the system, but I don't want to get Doria or Gwendolyn hurt.
Well,
Now-
Gwendolyn's fine. Gwendolyn's not there
Doria,
anymore.
I'm
Doria,
writing
you
down our expenditures.
Okay,
nice.
Look at you.
You come back unplug from the kiosk, and then Zurich comes back and says,
I know kung fu.
Thank you. Wait. Zero.
awesome.
Well, he tries to do a Keanu Reeves impression.
Whoa, I know kung fu.
"Oh no!"
Whoa. Whoa, dude.
I love it.
Yeah.
That was
Whoa.
weird trying to do an impression with an impression.
It was well done. Well done.
Thank you.
Oh my.
More like,
So
oh,
now
yes.
that the three of you have downloaded a bunch of information, you are able to head back to the ship. And what is your next course of action?
Gwendolyn goes to check on her father, and then she looks at the others and she said, well, do we have everything we need? I think we're good to go. I just need a sense of direction.
Right here.
All right. She sits down in the polygon block chair. All right.
All right.
What's that famous saying? Because she doesn't know any.
Beyond.
To infinity and beyond. So. All right.
Never give up.
She puts her
There
hand
you
on
go.
the half circle. I'm assuming.
Punch it.
Yep. So when you put your hands on there, it kind of lights up a bit, and your camera goes
Punch the desk
crazy.
too hard.
I thought we were all
Uh,
supposed to be doing like this.
Yeah, like the Captain Kirk. Ah.
yeah.
So
Rough.
you basically, you're still in your body, okay, but you are connected to the ship. You are basically operating everything through neural uplink. So what you think happens. Does that make sense?
That's terrifying. All right, Doria. Zurich. Where to?
Plot twist. The goat's name is Infinity.
What? Well, the universe is really our oyster a little bit, huh? Where's Doria? You would probably know this. Where's the heart of Vesk civilization?
Oh, let me look this up.
The heart of Vesk civilization is actually called Vesk Prime. They're not super creative. You can plot a course to go there should you wish.
Did we want to join the race just to, get more information about what we're looking for? I can get you there. I just can't tell you about the specific.
That's fine. I think it'd be worth it, again, because the treaty is so precarious. We should go and just survey the land, see if they really are the evildoers that everyone else has said they are.
I'm just sort of spitballing here, but considering our past record, do you really think we should be the one to go survey the situation, make sure it's okay?
Yes,
Usually
actually.
just doesn't go well.
Well, I think that because we're not affiliated with anybody, really, we have a leeway to, protect the peace that has been created.
Gwendolyn looks over. If the nuclear weapon is nearby, she thinks, looks at Zurich and said, "Peace."
So
Is that what we're going with?
You look at the nuclear weapon before you say anything to Zurich, and I might be taking liberties here, but this is just what I'm imagining. You look at the nuclear weapon, and you can see that there's a smiley face drawn on it, except like one of the eyes is a green blinking light. So it looks like it's winking at you.
mean this peaceful negotiation.
Pay no heed to the
Wait till the
runes
bomb.
surrounding it on the ground. Chad is off the hinges.
I want a
Goat
goat
is
now.
this. Let's go now.
Dorian needs a goat.
All right. So where are you off to check out the race
To Vesk
Or-
Prime.
Vesk Prime?
I don't think we should do Vesk Prime.
I
Zurich.
think we're,
I
yeah.
don't. I think we need to do the race first.
Well,
Yeah.
let's just do a flyby real quick.
It's not
Oh,
nearby.
what
It's no real quick.
Don't we have a hub? Can't. What's the space thing? How do we get through space?
We have
The
a
drift.
basic model.
You can
don't we-
enter the drift.
Can't we drift like in Tokyo?
What's Tokyo?
I don't know.
I
I've
can
heard
find that for you.
I've heard Tokyo
Oh, here
drift
it
a
is.
lot in my lifetime.
Speaking of which, Zurich, you might know this, right? I don't know. Did Zurich disclose to us what he learned?
I learned kung fu. I said that very specifically.
Not that part. The other one.
I
Make sure
just
not
told
metagame.
you that I know kung fu.
Not kung fu. The other one.
Yes, kung fu. That's what I've also
The
named
engineering repairing.
That's
Okay.
what I've named
That's it.
engineering. I'm going to
Oh,
punch
yeah.
the engine.
Oh, so what if we're not fully equipped to even access certain areas with the ship?
You're right. I should go look at that.
I take a small hammer and walk to the nearest console, and knowing everything about it
What are you
now,
doing? What is he
I
doing?
make sure that all of the systems we have access to and all the areas of space we're not limited by any security or anything like that. So where we truly can boldly go wherever we want.
And you did this with a
Clank,
hammer.
clank, clank. We're good.
The skies are the limit.
Okay.
All right. It's
Well,
just a
when is
matter
the
of
race? If the race is soon, we should do the race. But if we've got a little time, then we can do our little flyby, and we can come back.
I think the race is
The race is about to happen.
Oh, we
very
need
Yeah.
to do the race first.
All right, to the race then.
We'll swing by and we'll go to Vesk Prime and get
I'm
you a
not-
burger and some curly fries on the way to the drive-through.
Where is
I
the
saw
race
a
again?
place right outside the port.
Well,
That's prime.
So-
How weird.
much like our solar system, there is a asteroid belt that kind of separates the inner and outer planets, and it is called the Diaspora, and that is where the race is being held. Now, Doria is able to input, the navigations and all of that, so it is all up to Gwendolyn to pilot it there. So what I need Gwendolyn to roll is basically a dexterity check. You would do dexterity or D20, dexterity modifier, and proficiency bonus. And that is going to be your pilot check.
Before we leave, can I get a stamp?
Sure.
Okay, I go to the bazaar and grab a stamp with ink and a little stamper thing.
Right.
Oh, it did something weird. 19.
19. Perfect. All right. Everybody is settled in, ready to go. The ship lifts up off of the hangar floor, gently heads towards the doors, which are opening as you get there. And you are able to clear out of Absalom Station with no problems. Once you actually get into the atmosphere of space, the engine begins to spool up. The power start to go to enter you into the drift. And as soon as it engages and you begin to take off, like you lurch forward and a celestial goat appears in front of you. You smash through this thing, which sends all the electronics in the entire ship into flickering and flashing. There's, Captain Kirk style, like everybody's oh, there's sparks flying everywhere, like Next Generation style. Just
Gwendolyn's like, "Whoa!" Going nuts.
sounds like R2. Wow! And the ship completely goes dead in space, just floating. All the power is off.
I walk over to the nearest console and bang my hammer on it. What role do I need for engineering?
What just happened?
We hit a space goat again.
This is bad news.
Oh man, zombie bud.
Right. So Zurich. Oh no. You hit the Aries constellation. Zurich, you can begin work on repairs. So for you, you're going to do basically a wisdom check, the same as Gwendolyn's
24
pilot check, except with
Nice.
wisdom instead. 24. So hammering on the console, you manage to get it to pop back on, and you basically have minimum life support. Taking a look at everything that is wrong with the ship, it basically indicates that if you get the engine back up and running, everything should be fine. So, with that being said, we are going to end this episode right here, and Zurich will have to repair the engine next episode, and hopefully
Next up on One Crit Blunders, somebody gets out and pushes.
I told you it was a space race on foot. Push him past the finish line.
we went crazy.
You went full hard.
That was great. That was
Oh.
great. Wow.
Love it. And you know, that was a crazy episode. I wasn't sure what direction any of that was heading, but I was like, you know what? I'm going to just throw in a whole bunch of Idiocracy references because this will be fun.
The first one you did with Frito, I was like, okay, I can't tell 100% yet, but then the I love you, I was like, okay, we're there. And
Yeah.
then you did Buck Stars. I was like, okay, that one's crossed the line.
Across the line, you all were talking about it.
I know it still won't let me post the link in the Goat Gaming chat, but I have a picture of the Starbucks from Idiocracy.
Oh my
Oh,
gosh.
nice.
Oh, beautiful.
I don't even know how to make it so that Nightbot will let you.
It's okay.
be
I
honest.
posted it in the Shattered Tabletop and Mercedes chat, so
Let's go.
Nice.
enjoy that.
Oh, there you go,
Half off
Tofu.
Gentleman's lattes.
Tofu Chipmunk coming
Oh,
in
thank you,
clutch.
Tofu. There you go. You can relive.
Half
Worst.
off lattes. I love that movie. I could really go for a
Terrible.
Starbucks. We don't have time for that right now, but
Oh,
all right. Well, thank you to Chat, Zombified, and Bomb Clancy, and Tofu Chipmunk, and
Mhm.
everybody else. You were amazing. Thank you for coming to One Crit Blunders. We love you. It was always fun. And thank you to the players. You all made this so amazing. To everybody who was in chat tonight, almost didn't happen. You have no idea how close it was to not happening. I'm so glad that it did, though. This was
Me too.
amazingly fun.
mhm.
Yeah, this is good stuff right here. So yeah, that's canon now. Like Idiocracy is part of this universe. So have fun with that.
Truly
Last comment we
no.
got zombified with "I love you" in Frito voice.
Frito voice.
Like money. All right, everybody. We'll see you all next time. Bye.
Bye.